Okay, we're back at the Donkey Kong. I have been working on this multiple days, working on the sound. The monitor is working now, but it's not dialed in 100%. But I have no sound, so I'm trying to get this first, and then I'll bring a mirror up. So there's no sound, startup sound, the doink or whatever you hear. There's no credit or coin up sound, no music. And, oh, I have the amp out right now. All I'm getting is just major hum. And so in this video, I found the problem. I do believe the volume pot was bad after all of everything's said and done. I filmed some of it, but I'm probably not going to show it now that I know what's wrong. Yeah, I mean, I checked everything. There was some wiring issues and stuff like that, but all we're getting is hum. So I'm going to show you what was wrong, how to fix it, how to eliminate the hum, or 99% of it. And then I'm going to move the volume pot from the monitor inside the coin door here so that the customer can actually access it. Stick around.
I'm Walter Day, the father of esports, and you're watching Matty Mo's Arcade.
And you know how long it's been since I played Whac-A-Mole?
I'm getting ready to attack, fanny pack attached. Tokens are all stacked, got the mallet in my grasp, waiting for the moles, hiding in their holes. Scoreboard keeping tally, I'll be playing till they close now. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. I'm a mallet master, a single-fisted blaster. You can ask my baby, it starts slow then gets faster. I'm a record setter.
Okay, so basically, here's our audio amp. So I should have cleaned this up a little bit so we can see what we're looking at here. And I was worried that my transistors were shorted out because I was having a hard time getting the screws in straight. So right now I have them bent off, so I know that they're not touching the heatsink here. I'm going to fix that though. But there's a mod that we can change the volume pot from the little control board in there and actually put it here. I'll show you. If I can get this in focus here. Okay, see where it says VR371? That's actually a spot for a variable transistor or variable resistor, which is a pot. So it's got the 3 spots there. 1, 2, and then 3. And then what you do is you move this capacitor to this 379 spot. Now that should get you with no hum. But like I said, I had no volume pot. This connector had broken off here and, well, just here. So they had wires soldered to this. And I was worried that those weren't doing the trick. But what it was the actual volume pot, which is this guy here. And what you do is you put your leads on these outside spots, and that should tell you what your what ohm it is. And mine, this one just came up short, or 1, never did anything. And then you can put your leads to test on the left one here and the middle one. Sorry, the left one and the middle one, and then you can turn it all the way with your leads on it. Oh, here, I might as well show you. I was trying to get around not having to show it, but that doesn't make any sense. Let's go. Hopefully I'll remember to cut this part out. That might work a little bit better. See the meter. Okay, focused. So I already have my test lead set up anyway. So we'll put 1 on the outside and 1 in the middle, and this will tell us the range. These little alligator clips, my test leads, are freaking impossible to grab a hold of. I don't even care so much that it's guarded, just let me open it. Okay, so now we have it on there. Turn it on, ohms. And this is a 5K pot, so you want to go above 5K. So we'll go to 20K. That's the best I got. See if we can see that. Okay, so it's reading 0. I have it all the way to the left, and it should just go smoothly to 5. And you can see it's not really doing that. It moves a little bit. So I have this other one here that I'm going to use, and this is the one I'm going to mount in the coin door. Let's do the same thing to it. Come with this outside lead. And the middle lead. Well, first I'm going to show you the two outsides, so you can see how. Okay, so it goes to 5K basically. So you know this is a 5K pot. It's all the way off. I can turn it all the way up. Doesn't do anything. That's fine. Might move a little bit. No big deal. You know it's 5K. Now I'm going to put it in the middle one, and this will show us, I think, from 0. And then it should go up to 5K nice and smooth. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want. And then just for shits and giggles, we can go on all the way on the right on the outside and in the middle, and this will show us in reverse. We're at 5, and then we should smoothly go down to 0. Bam. Okay. So I knew this pot was good. This one's brand new. I've had it for a while, but there's no reason it would be bad. So what I'm going to do is take this pot, and I'm actually going to wire. The leads follow the same. It'll go, you know, left, just like this, basically. The left one will go to the left one, middle one to the middle one, the right to the right. And then I'm going to plug it in, and then we should have Donkey Kong sound, but some major hum. And then after we do this, then I will move, and we will go ahead and do this mod, and then we'll mount the volume pot for the customer. All right, stick around. Okay, so I got it all set back up. Here's the volume pot over here. I have it turned about 3/4 of the way up or so. So what you do to hook this up, like I said, is just go left to left, middle to middle, right to right over here. And then you unattach the wiring from here, and I just actually used the wires from here and connected those two. And we'll do the mod next. I just want to show you what's going on now, and if we have sound, status update, and then we'll move to the next step. Okay. Sorry. Alright, there we go. So, excuse the monitor, it's not dialed in all the way yet, but we had no sounds before. Now we have sound. The jump button also doesn't work that well. Now most of the hum is already gone. I don't know if that's from the pot itself. Sounds great. And it actually looks better in person than it does on camera. Well, we're not here to play Donkey Kong, we're here to fix sound. So the next thing I'm going to show you is, let me turn this off. It's set on 5 guys, so it'll take it a while to die off here. I'll show you. It does do the startup sound. We weren't getting that before. And then now I want to show you what sound it is doing that I don't like. It has kind of like a wah-wah or a siren, or you might be able to hear it because of the microphone. I'm going to go sideways for a second so I can get the mic up here. Okay, hopefully you can hear that. Sounds like a little siren and some beeps. So the problem with that is Q4 on the board, which looks like it is a 1815 transistor. It's in the top little section up by where the sound plugs in. So I'm going to pull the board real fast. I'm going to change that. I don't have any brand new ones, but I got a ton of spares and scrap parts and stuff. So let's change that and see if we can get rid of the wah-wahs. Okay, so I replaced Q4 on the board to try to get rid of the wah-wah sound. It didn't work for me. I'll include the little picture to show you where it's at in here somewhere. Most people it did work for them. I'll try to recap the sound, that little sound section there, see if that'll fix it. But let's go ahead and move on to the mod. And what we're going to do here is we're going to remove this volume pot that I put on. You don't want this... There it is. You don't want this hooked up at all. This will be blank after we get done. And we're going to move these wires to this spot here with this little cap on it. There it is. So we're going to desolder this and move it to 379. It doesn't have polarity, so you can put it in either way. And then we're going to hook these wires up into those 3 holes that are in that VR371. And then I'm also going to extend these wires so that they go from here to this, but all the way to the coin door. That way the customer has some kind of access to it without having to move the game away from the wall. And I think we can all relate that that's going to be a good idea and be handy. Let's see. I don't want to make this too long. I'm going to go ahead and do the solder work off camera. I'm assuming if you're even interested in this video at all, you know how to solder. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll come back and clean up all this other stuff after we get done. Okay, so I got it all done here. We have that capacitor moved over to the slot to the right. Get a little bit closer. There we go. So it is right here in between the audio plug and where the variable resistor would go, or a volume pot. So I have that wired there. I wired it exactly the same as I did with the short wiring, only this time I have much more wiring. And this is going to go to the coin door. Then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to mount that later. But let's go ahead and install this and check the hum, and hopefully it goes away. We will have the wah-wah still. I haven't got a chance to check. I might be able to recap that. It's kind of a hit and miss. It didn't work with the Q4 and it worked for everybody else. It kind of sucks. We'll be right back. Okay, probably not the best place to show you this because there is hum and stuff going on, but there's just barely a hum, and you can hear the siren going off if you stick your head down here close. But you can't really hear it at a normal volume. I need to get a new credit button on here. And I'll go ahead and start it. And I'll show you. Even if we get pretty loud, start to hear a little bit of hum here. We get really loud. Now there's some hum, but I think if you turn any speaker up this loud, it'll be like that. We get it at a normal volume here. It's still probably a little loud. But that should do it, and I got a volume pot down here where it's accessible, which is fantastic. You do not have to pull your game out, especially if your audio amp dies in the middle of the day or middle of the party. But that should get you going. Stay tuned. I'm going to finish this guy up. Got the marquee light to do, a little bit more adjusting, starting to look better. The jump button doesn't bounce back, and this credit button, which is a doorbell at the moment. Stay tuned. So these two right here are going to be ground and 5 volts. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is. A nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted. I got what I wanted. And a pretty good deal on it too. Super hang on.
Get what I want.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.